I was so impressed with the quality of the digital readout. I thought, really, I should get the 3-axis one for the mill, because the 2-axis one was a kit. It came with 2 scales and the 2 digital readout. So what have I done? Yes, I've bought the 3-axis readout, so we can put the 2-axis readout on the Harrison when we get some correct scales for it. So that's further down the line. Now I've already fitted this to the mill. Wasn't very difficult. Just a couple of bolts on the bracket here. What I have done is I've changed the bolts at this end, because for some reason it only comes with an 8mm bolt, but it gives you a 10mm hole. So I put a 10mm bolt in. I just had to gently remove a bit of material off the back of the bracket to get it to sit a bit better on the radius. So all I've got to do now is fit the scales. A little problem with that though. It's a bit longer than the bed. So currently the long scale is 1 metre long. That's longer than the bed. To get this between the 2 draining points on the table, because remember we do want to put coolant back on the machine, so we do want to enable the ability to put the draining points back on. This needs to be a grand total of 880 mils long. So it looks like I've got to cut this down. All we've got to do, it's very simple. I've watched a few videos on it. It's scary, extremely scary, because it's a glass scale. What we have to do is we have to strip it down without taking the glass scale out. So we need to take the end off, we need to take the plastic strip out, we need to take the reader out, mark it up, measure it. We need to cut the aluminium without cutting the glass. And then using these fine little tools, which are supposedly diamond cutters for a Dremel, we then cut a line into the scale and then break it. And hopefully it breaks on the line and doesn't break and shatter the scale all the way down, because that'll cost me a bit of money. This is gonna go good, or it's gonna go extremely bad. Right, so I've machined away as much as material as I can. I've left a little tiny strip there, I don't know if you can see that, a little tiny piece there that I've left on just to give it a bit of strength. And then you can see the glass, if you can just see that, you can just see the reflection there. That's the glass scale. So I've got my Dremel, I'm going to see if I can scribe a line in it and then see if we can snap the glass. I'll do it this side and then I'll cut it further back later. Right, so what I've got to do now, I don't know if you can see the scribe line there. That's where I need to machine it back to. But that worked really well. So what I need to do is this, the end sits in further. So I just need to trim down the glass so this can sit in. So I'll get that done and then I'll get the end machined off and then we'll see about trying to get it back together again. So there we are, done and dusted, chopped down. It was a pain in the proverbial to put back together because I didn't have an M2 tap, and my method to try and get an M2 in there didn't work, so we've had to increase the size to a M3 on this end cap. It's all cleaned out, ready to go on, so that's the next job, is to get this fitted to the mill. Whew, what a stressful morning. So on the x-axis, as you've just seen, we cut it down and it fits perfectly and it works like a dream. So this just shows the configuration that I've got for the y-axis, which is actually built up of 3 angles that come with the kit. We've got like a 30 by 30 mil angle here, which is slotted, attached to the reader, and then this bigger, this 50 mil by 75 mil one, which is slotted here and then has tapped holes. And then this one was a piece of angle, but I've chopped the top off. What you will find is, in my kit, all the nuts and bolts came M4, and these holes here that are tapped and come with the kit are actually M5, and the reader is tapped for M5. The covers are M4. The holes in the scale itself are for M5. You can just about get an M6 in it. So the fitting kit, just be aware, the fitting kit that comes with all these, you might need to obtain some M5s. So I've taken the cover off the Z-axis one here to show you. I've got a spacer, it's a 12mm thick spacer at the top and a 12mm thick spacer down here at the bottom to bring it off, so it avoids this oiler. If this wasn't spaced off the machine, this oiler would hit the reader. I know people do it the other way around, but I felt once the guard was on, that once we get coolant on, which this goes here, once we get coolant, obviously it's going to be splashing this way, so hopefully it'll just give it a bit of protection being that way around. But yeah, just make sure if you're doing yours on a Bridgeport or any other machine that you pay attention to oilers and anything that could hit the reader. So Bridget has a DRO, full 3-axis as well. Now I know that originally I bought a 2-axis kit, but I was that impressed with the quality that I went for a 3-axis. And as you just saw, it all works very nicely. It's super smooth, super accurate. This is going to be so much fun to use. Now, lots of people have covered the fitting of a DRO, so there was no point me rehashing it. I think the quality is amazing. The quality of the scales is fantastic. We're not in a busy environment, we're not in a busy workshop. It gets used a few times a month, and I'm super happy with it. I'm super pleased. I'm pleased with the quality. It was easy to fit. Am I happy with it? Absolutely. Am I impressed with the quality? Absolutely. It's marvellous. Now we have a DRO fitted to the Bridgeport. Now we can crack on with some parts for the steam engine and a long list of other bits and pieces that I need to crack on with. So stay safe. Laters.